Really, all all-nighters are doing is making yourself feel better that you went over all the concepts. Hello, welcome to Vlogmas Day 3. Today we are going over some final exam study tips, how to do well, how to cram, for also take care of yourself and get some sleep. If you don't know, my name is Angelica. I like to make videos about college and lifestyle. Let's get this bright energy, so definitely subscribe, follow me on my social media, and be part of the community. I am making a video every day until Christmas, aka Vlogmas, so I can't wait to see you also tomorrow. But yeah, for now, let's make some coffee. Today, I'm in the mood for the caramel brulee one. Look at these hexagon ice cubes. Engineering at its finest. I can't do it, it's too hard. Cheers. So I'm a little known to be the queen of finals, pulling through an account, so I'm excited to share some of my best tips with you. So my first tip is focusing more on active studying and active learning. If you don't know, there's passive studying and learning, and there's also active studying and learning. Passive studying is like watching lectures again or for the first time, taking notes, retaking notes, reading the textbook, outlining all that stuff. Active studying is test prep, quizzes, homeworks, practice exams, test corrections. When you're really synthesizing that information from passive studying, asking yourself, critical thinking, problem solving, working through the problems. Passive studying is the comfortable, fun place to be of taking notes and, just like learning the information. But active studying is where you're uncomfortable, you feel like you don't know anything, you're being challenged, you're critically thinking. I know, what a weird concept, forcing you to think, but that is where the bulk of your muscle is going to be trained for the test. This really helps with a lot of test anxiety, test stress. So getting yourself in that test mindset as soon as possible is really key, so you feel ready when the test comes. You are used to the challenges, the problem solving, the thinking, the seeing the unexpected. So do the homework, do the questions, the quizzes, the problems as soon as possible. I spend around 70% of my time active studying for an exam because that's really where bulk and the meat of the exam is going to be, and you want to get in that zone of challenging yourself and pushing yourself and feeling, okay, I don't know, as soon as possible, because it's better that you don't know now than for you to go to the exam and be like, I don't know. So active studying, very, very important. Tip number 2 is stop doing all-nighters. I know very, very, very few people who can actually successfully pull it off and retain the information. We are home these days. You do not need to be pulling all-nighters. If anything, please get at least 2 or 3 hours of sleep. Really, all-nighters are doing is making yourself feel better that you went over all the concepts, but guess what? You're not gonna remember all the concepts. You're not gonna retain the information. You're gonna be like, why do I know this, but why do I don't know this? I'd rather you go over 70% of the concepts, not go over the other 30%, but at least master or have a good idea of the 70%, then you go over all the 100% of the concepts, but then remember like 20%. So of course, in our perfect world, we go over all the concepts and we master all the concepts, but I know not everybody is in that position, especially if you are last minute cramming and studying. You need to sleep, because in order for you to recall that information, your brain needs to like soak it in. So many times I've taken exams very tired, done an all-nighter, and I remember like, darn it, I remember seeing this, but I don't know how to do it. That's the worst feeling at all. It's not conducive to doing well, so do what you can, don't do all-nighters. I'm serious, don't do it. The next one is pretty short and is about pacing, and you never want to overestimate what you can do in a day. I feel like in the beginning, I used to tell myself, I'm gonna do 10 chapters, 10 assignments, it's gonna be so productive, but really it turns out to be that I can't get that much done. I only do 1 or 2 things. So keep it simple, keep it short, maybe focus on 1 or 2 classes a day and alternate throughout the hour in the day so you don't feel burnt out. I don't want you to be discouraged if you overestimate what you can do and then you under-deliver. It's always better that you set lower expectations, realistic goals, and then you meet those expectations, and you can always do more than you have to that day. So keep your goals and things you have to do for that study day short, simple, pace yourself, and then you can always do more. So next is using online resources. Of course, do it ethically and make sure that you are still covering the basis of your own classes. But if you like you need more help or more exams or more practice questions, literally Google in US History exam chapter 5 or a certain textbook, more questions, lecture slides. There's so many things that are universal, especially in high school and college. college. A lot of us use the same textbooks, even across the nation. Khan Academy, YouTube videos, those are the most helpful for me, but videos are really helpful. Extra worksheets are helpful, diagrams, there's a lot out there. It's free, it's accessible. Yeah, don't be afraid to use everything that's available for you. I know a lot of people talk about it is that you need to study smart. You can't just study harder or sit at a desk longer. That doesn't really do anything. You need to be intentional with the precious minutes you have of studying, and we're at a crunch time now, so you gotta spend your time wisely and your effort wisely. If you have multiple classes you're studying for and you are deciding which one to do, calculate the grades for a second, see where you're gonna do better, where is there going to be a curve, where is there no curve, do your research, figure out and get an idea of like, okay, where can I put the best eggs in each basket so I can get the best outcome if your goal is to get, overall a better GPA. Of course, we would love for all our grades to be good, but if you're at a position where, okay, you gotta start picking and choosing, be intentional, don't spread yourself too thin. You can do that and figure that out. That's saving yourself a lot of time. Another really important thing is making group chats as soon as possible. Of course, right now in the final season, we're not gonna have as much time, but reach out to people you know, talk about it in Zoom classes, discussion classes, make a post on Canvas, Facebook pages, WhatsApp groups. People love being connected with other students in the class, and especially these days, it's really hard to stay connected. So put yourself out there. Nobody's gonna think,
oh my gosh, Angelica's such a weirdo because she's looking for a study group
and she has no friends. Like, no, a lot of us don't know a lot of people in our majors and our classes, especially if we are virtual. And even in real life, it's hard to have those conversations because you're there for the class and then you just kind of leave. Going over things together, a great way to have that colleague and network in your classes. And going off of the friends and networking, it's really important that you start this as soon as possible because then you can make study guides together, you can collaborate together on notes. Just studying together is super helpful because you just go through so much material together. Of course, if there's a group study guide, you can always go back and double check the information yourself and synthesize, make the study guides as short and small as possible. Therefore, you're not wasting your time flipping through like a 10-page study guide. And another great thing of talking to more people in your class or your major is that they will probably have other friends who are also in the class or have taken the class before. Maybe they have access to previous year homeworks, or they have a better idea of like what was on the exam, what was not on the exam. So build your network, talk to more people in your major, your classmates. You never know what kind of resources they might have, and it might help you as well, and you can just help each other out. So I absolutely love this tip, and it is teaching yourself the material or teaching somebody the material. Even if they're not listening or they can just pretend to listen, you retain the information better if you teach it 90% or something like that. So if you can walk through how this math problem works or how this business accounting concept works, you retain the information better. It helps you think through your thoughts and you're not just like memorizing to memorizing. Of course, that's important, but you want to be able to apply them to scenarios, be able to explain your thought, explain the process, and it's easier for you to find mistakes and holes in your logic and the holes in the concepts of your own knowledge if you are able to explain it. So I highly recommend act like you're making a YouTube video, act like you're making a TikTok, and that should help you retain the information a lot better. I'm going to say this one more time because I feel like it's so important, and it's that you have to do as many quizzes, homeworks, practice exams as possible if you're really struggling. I know someone like me, I can't just do the homework one time. I know some people can do it once and they master it, but I feel like a lot of us, we need more practice, more repetition. So doing it over again, doing the odd problems, the even problems, the back of the book problems, and asking your teacher, hey, can I get the solutions for that? They have the textbook solutions. Even just talking to them, hey, I would love from extra practice. I'm really struggling. Can you give me some assignments or extra problems you have or previous year exams or previous year quizzes? I promise you they'll be more than willing to give you some extra help. They know that some students need extra problems, so you just got to get used to doing so many different problems because that way when you're taking the exam or the quiz, you're not like the more types of problems you expose yourself to, the more likely you're going to feel comfortable when you see something that's completely out of the blue or a weird question or a hard question, so you feel more confident and calm. So ask your teachers, your TAs, your professors if they have extra problems and tests because some of us need it more. Another really important one is you need to take breaks, okay? No one can just sit at like 10 hours studying, do the Pomodoro method, take a walk every 1 hour, 2 hours, a music break, dance break, eating break. You need to take breaks because you have to reset your brain. Study while you're Zooming with friends, and then at the 5-minute mark, you guys all talk for like 5 minutes or play Among Us. Please take breaks because trust me, in those 5-10 minutes or even 30 minutes you're taking a break, you are not getting any smarter and your grade is not changing that much more because you're just taking a 30-minute or an hour break. So please take breaks. Lastly, the most important thing is you need to move, you need to eat, you need to poop. All those things are very important because if your physical health is not there, you're not gonna wanna take the exams. I remember I was in so much back pain my freshman year because I had a lower disc problem. I could not take that general chemistry exam because I was so uncomfortable. That just shows you if your body is not there, it is really hard for you to do well mentally and academically. So take a walk, hold a plank, jump rope for 5 seconds, dance it out, eat good, eat clean, avoid avoid, bad food that's gonna make you crash. Taking exams, doing well on finals is really an endurance, and you wanna, again, play your cards right, you wanna be smart about it, and your academics are showing your best self, if that makes sense. Okay, so that is all for this video of some last minute study final cramming tips. Hopefully this is gonna help you calm yourself, the test anxiety, test stress. I know how stressful this time can be, and I just wanna remind you, do your best. The best is all you can do. Take care of yourself. School is not everything. Try your best, of course, but there's so much more to life than school, and you are great, you are smart. Not everybody's a great test taker, but hopefully these tips can help you out. Don't forget to click subscribe, comment below your favorite test tips, what you wanna see from Vlogmas College Student Edition next, and I will see you all in the next one, or tomorrow.